welcome back to the Bible Notebook. Our last session, we talked about verses 2 through 4, which were about the importance of trials and testing in our faith. So let's continue our reading in James 1:5. It states, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously and to all without reproach, and it will be given him." What stands out to me in this verse is that if any of you lacks wisdom, and we discussed this in our last session also, that once our patient endurance is allowed to mature to perfection and completion, that we would be lacking in nothing. So until that point where we're perfect and complete and lacking in nothing, we are lacking in wisdom. We can always ask God, who is all wisdom, and he will generously give to all. That means that there's no partiality with God. God doesn't have favorites, and he's happy to share his wisdom with us. It says that he will give it without reproach, which means that he doesn't hold it against us or hold it over our head or tell you, oh, I expected more from you. I expected better from you. There's no condemnation in his answering of your prayer. He is happy and he delights in giving us wisdom. And here is a promise. It says that when we ask, it will be given to us or given to him that asks. So it says will. It doesn't say maybe. It says that he will give it to us. Now there is an important caveat. The person who asks him for wisdom must do so within a manner of faith. It says in verse 6, "But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like the wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all of his ways." So here we see that God does have an expectation of us to ask him in faith. He wants us to believe in who he is and that what he says is true. He says that a doubter is like a chaotic sea being tossed around by the wind. Another way of saying that the person has no strong convictions, no firm convictions. And they're easily swayed back and forth in their opinions. That's why he says that they're unstable in all of their ways. Proverbs 9:10 states that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So when we ask God for wisdom, we know that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And when I say fear of the Lord, I don't mean being afraid of the Lord. Fear is a type of respect, a deep honor for the Lord. Hold him in very, very high regard. That is the beginning of wisdom. And being willing to accept whatever it is that he has for us and whatever he has to tell us, even if it is a difficult statement, like finding joy in your difficulties and joy in your suffering, because it is refining your spiritual self, your spiritual man. The part of you that you can't see is growing. That's a difficult idea to grasp. And so the beginning of wisdom is that we must fear the Lord and we must really want to hear what he has to say. We will be firm in our convictions when we've heard from God and not be tossed around like the sea.